When you put your body into these poses, you become one with nature. Growing up, I was not athletic. I was not competitive. I didn't enjoy team sports. That just wasn't in me, and I never really knew what my thing was. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I didn't really feel comfortable in my body. I was diagnosed with scoliosis at a very young age. Scoliosis is a curvature of the spine. Mine also involves a rotation of the spine, so where my spine should be straight, it creates a little bit of an S shape and it rotates. So I had a little bit of a gait in my walk. I have one leg that's slightly longer than the other. So I had a little bit of a shuffle in my step. One shoulder was up quite high, and I had bouts of chronic and acute pain from a very young age. My diagnosis was of a moderate curve and rotation, so thankfully I never had to do surgery, but as a young teen I did some physiotherapy. In university, I began doing a little bit of weightlifting, and I also learned how to row. And that really introduced me to how incredibly imbalanced my muscles were. My right side, my dominant side, was so much stronger than my left. So it was in university that I began to have a body consciousness where I learned to balance out my muscles. After I graduated university, I moved to Vancouver. One of my great friends was doing yoga every morning, and he introduced me to yoga, and I was hooked because right at the very end of that very first practice, I experienced a lack of physical pain. I felt so deeply comfortable in my body. I felt great body consciousness. I found myself doing yoga on beautiful beaches, on mountaintops, on the top of the Pyramid of the Sun in Teotihuacan, Mexico. I was introduced to many different types of meditation, Tai Chi, Qigong. Those were some of the influences that I was receiving, and then I found myself in India. Yoga originates from India, and when you're in India, you can smell yoga, you can hear yoga. It's woven into the fabric of the life there. You walk through the streets, and in the shops, they're playing the music of the vibration Om. You're smelling incense, and the people in India, they've grown up knowing asana. The children all know asana and kriya, which is the cleansing techniques, how to get your nose and your throat cleared out. The Dalai Lama happened to be coming to the city that I was staying in. He was coming to Varanasi for the millennial New Year's Eve.
Varanasi, a colorful city full of cultural diversity and a strong spiritual presence.
So I acquire this vast expanse of theoretical information, practical information, and I try to bring that quality into my classes. My classes have people who are brand new to the practice, all the way up to people who are maybe teaching yoga professionally. It's wonderful for the advanced students to remember those foundations. I think it's inspiring to be in a class where there's people of all levels, and of course the modified practice that I do, I weave into that as well, sometimes bringing in chair modifications, teaching how people can use the wall for support. Different people would come in who maybe have various special needs, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, challenges with hearing, and I just found myself having this beautiful array of students in front of me, so I began to develop classes that would specialize for those unique bodies and body needs. Even in your elder years, you can begin this practice, you can begin to unwind some of those tensions and really set yourself up to age a little bit more gracefully, with less days of pain, with more strength, maybe less likelihood to stumble and trip. Our balance is stronger. I feel with my expertise, I can really guide each individual student even within a group setting. Please contact me. Visit my website, www.cocoyoga.ca. We can book you, your client, your child, your organization for private classes, group classes, online or in person.